Hey Karina, that's Chris here, and I always say duh, obviously. Anyways, here's here's just a precursor to kind of what we're gonna do. So all this is there's method to my madness. You just have to stay along for the ride, and you'll figure it out eventually here. But one thing I want to show you is I'm gonna look at these different um, things that I've set up. These are landing pages, for example. So why I sent you or I got you onto um, my WordPress site was because I'm going to get you to start setting these things up. So I'll show you they're already kind of set up on my website. And as I said, this is just a precursor, but the idea behind this is I send these packages out to these guys as business owners. I say, I can solve a problem that you have. For example, like I told you, is using AdWords is an extremely costly process for business owners, yet they have no idea that they can do it better. So this is the problem I'm trying to solve with these guys. So what I do is, we obviously identify these guys on here. So let's use Rick here, for example, at Castle Maintenance Services. So I send him a package, and then the date that I send that package out, I put in here. And then ultimately, I'm going to get you to kind of follow and look at these and see if people have actually gone in. But I'll get into that later on. But it'll be more kind of a competitive intel from my side. Then what I do is I actually go and set up a web page for this guy, and it's called a landing page. And I'll show you what it looks like. So I personalize each one. So it's got his name under here. It goes, Rick, get 30 days of sales leads for free. Bam! And there's a video in here for this guy to take a look at. When the page is actually up, it looks like, let's see if we can pull this up and get it to show. How do I do that? Let's go. Sales tip a day, Rick underscore pring. We go like this. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up seeing, so there's Rick's page. The video's in here. And then down below there's a call to action. So this is all denoted here. Watch this and click the link to get started. So, each of these pages go in there. But the neat thing about this, and I've just goofed myself up on it though, is that when I go back into my pages here, I'm going to be able to see when someone clicks on this. So I can go into the analytics here, and today I click so it'll show up on here, but I can do a date range and see when people show up. Long story short, what I'm doing here is I'm creating a process so that when I send letters out and packages out, it's going to have that unique URL, and it's going to have this person's name on it. And then when they come through and click onto this page, I'm going to be able to tell when they actually click on that page because of the fact that I can see all that information in my analytics on this thing. So this may sound confusing as all get out, but there's a method to my madness. And literally what I'm doing is I'm taking stuff that was never seen before and being able to funnel it down so I can actually tell when people are actually going through to this web page. And when they go through to their own personalized web page, that's a kind of a trigger for me to go and follow up with these people. So that's kind of just gives you a bit of foresight. I'm breaking this whole step and process down on a kind of a little chunks for you to start getting layered into this. Ultimately, you're going to manage this whole process and a lot of other things, but that'll just get you started. So hopefully I didn't confuse you, and we can talk about this later. Bye.